up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video I'm working on something that took me a hot second to build. I built this over on stream and I think it took me 3 streams total to finish this entire thing, so it definitely took me a little bit. But for today's video we're working on a hotel in the world of Sulani. So as you can probably tell already, it's on the beach. It is a beach hotel. I also decided to make it bright pink, which we're not there yet. We're just getting started, but just so you know, it's going to be bright pink. Before we get too far into the video, I just quickly wanted to mention that I do have my creator code Simmary Sims available that you can use when you purchase any The Sims 4 DLC on the EA app or website. So if you're thinking of pre-ordering The Sims 4 Lovestruck or any other packs, you can fill in code Simmary Sims at checkout. This helps support me and my channel. Please note that this is not a discount code, it is simply a way to support me as a creator. Thanks so much to EA for sponsoring this portion of the video. And it's it's just like a very tropical hotel on the beach in Sulani. I am kind of manifesting hotels with this build. I feel like I really hope that's still going to come to the game, but really I was just feeling inspired by the fact that it's summer, it's vacation for a lot of people. A lot of people are going on vacation. I have never really built a hotel like this before. I've done motels. Usually motels, whenever I do motels, I think I've done like 1 or 2 and they're always very like grungy and disgusting and kind of sus. But this one I wanted to do something completely different. I just wanted to build a very, well, almost kind of fancy and more modern hotel kind of thing. And of course, hotels aren't actually functional in the game, but we can pretend. And for that reason, I also just kind of made it so that it is a functional community lot. It is actually functional as multiple different things. I made it functional as a spa. We have a spa on the 3rd floor here on the roof. We're gonna finish that one. We're gonna decorate that one at the very last, but there's going to be a little spa on the roof, essentially. It's functional as a lounge, as a bar, as a restaurant. I think it's also functional as a wedding venue. I think I forgot to mention that on the gallery when I uploaded this, but it is functional as a wedding venue. I made sure to place down all the things that you need for a small wedding. It's a big lot, but like not every area is like suitable for wedding stuff. So it's just like for a small cozy wedding, I guess, or not. You could just invite all your friends. That's also a possibility. And then we do have 4 hotel rooms, of course, since this is mainly a hotel, like for aesthetic reasons, but it is mainly a hotel and it has 4 bedrooms on the 2nd floor. So it's not a big hotel by any means. It only has 4 rooms, but I didn't really want this entire space to be taken up by a lot of bedrooms that aren't necessarily functional in the way you would want them to be. I mean, you can just travel here with your Sims and just hang out at this lot when you turn it into whatever community lot you want to use it for. And you can just hang out here and actually pretend that your Sims are staying at the hotel. You could just like, through gameplay, you can click the doors and like lock the doors for anyone that's not in your household, for example, like that sort of a thing. You can definitely try to like kind of play it that way, but it's not something that's functional. So I didn't really want to take all the space for like a lot of hotel rooms when it's not really like functional as a hotel. And then of course each bedroom has its own little bathroom, of course, because it is a hotel after all. So that's what I was doing. And I went into this without any sort of plan. I just had this vision of a hotel that's going to be functional as many different things, and I wanted it to be pink. That's literally all I had as a vision for this build. So I just kind of started building, and it definitely took me a second. I definitely had to cut out some of the footage of me going through multiple different shapes and bump outs and things like that to kind of make it make sense as a speed build. But I did figure it out in the end, and I actually think that it turned out really, really fun. It's definitely more on the modern side of things, though I did also try to include some of the Sulani items that are more traditional looking to kind of give it that like beach boho type of vibe. So it definitely, I guess I could say that it definitely also has some boho vibes going on. And I actually like that. I wasn't really planning on that in the beginning. I was trying to go for something very bougie and very modern. And it turned out modern, but also kind of boho and just very colorful and cheerful and cozy looking almost. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I also really like what we have going on in the back here with the different levels of decks. I wanted there to be a lot of outdoor space, of course, since this is a beach hotel and you're probably going to spend the majority of the time outside here. So I definitely wanted to have a lot of deck space. I didn't really have a lot of space left over in the back of the lot, but I did manage to figure it out. And we definitely have a lot of like seating areas, just a lot of loungers. A lot of spaces, just like areas for your Sims to kind of just hang out, which doesn't make for the most exciting gameplay. So I definitely also try to put in different types of activities for your Sims to do. Of course, they can go swimming here. I feel like there's like a little diving spot very nearby this hotel in the water somewhere, so you can easily swim there and like do all the Sulani swimming. Maybe you'll encounter a dolphin or a shark. I have never had that happen before until recently. I had never seen that before, the sharks in the game, but I recently, like a few weeks ago, I was doing some gameplay and I encountered a shark when I had my Sim. Like, she was just swimming in the ocean, she was just doing her thing, and I think she was snorkeling, if I'm not mistaken. I think she was snorkeling, and then all of a sudden there was like a shark, and it happened so fast. I didn't even get a screenshot. And the shark just kind of was there, and he just kind of like, he was chilling and he swam by and then he was gone. It was really scary. But that happens. I knew that happened, but I had never seen it with my own eyes before, but it happened like a few weeks ago. So that was an experience. It was very interesting. So yeah, you could do that. But then of course I wanted there to be some activities as well. So we have a bar. Your Sims can hang out at the bar. There is a dance floor. You can't see it because it's an invisible dance floor. I used the dance floor from the Party Essentials kit, I think is what it's called. It comes with essentially an invisible dance floor. You can see it in build mode. It has a little outline, but in live mode, that kind of turns invisible. But yeah, the dance floor is there. There's a piano, so your Sims can play some music. There's a microphone. Of course, I wanted this to be functional as a lounge as well, so I just put in a microphone for Sims to sing or tell jokes. We have some musical instruments, like I said. We have lots of hangout spaces, and of course, a small restaurant. The restaurant area is a little awkward because I wanted it to be, like I said, I wanted there to be stuff for weddings as well. So I really wanted to incorporate the buffet tables. And I didn't really have a lot of space for it, so I decided to put it in the restaurant because that's where it would make the most sense. But it did take up a lot of space because the buffet tables are kind of big, and I put 2 of them. So I just did that, and I just kind of divided the space with a little room divider. And then I didn't have a lot of space in the restaurant itself for tables and chairs, but there's so many seating areas and tables and chairs around the space that it doesn't really matter. I feel like when you set it as a restaurant, it might look a little bit chaotic, but it definitely functions. I did playtest it too as the different types of venues. I playtested it as a restaurant and a spa because I was mostly concerned about those 2 being functional the way I placed items that are necessary. So I playtested it as a spa and a restaurant. I made some minor little changes and then it was completely functional, but bar, lounge should definitely just be fine. Wedding venue should just be fine as well. So yeah, that's all. That all turned out really fun. In my opinion, at least, I think this is a really cool build, and I definitely had a lot of fun with landscaping as well. I was going a little bit overboard with the palm trees. As you can see, I placed a lot of palm trees, and I was just kind of going off of landscaping-wise what I could see in the surrounding areas, like what kinds of like plants and foliage is going on and like rocks and stuff in the rest of this area. Also, I will say this lot is so good for a build like this. Like, it's super secluded. And it's just like on its own little private beach, and it makes so much sense for like a hotel kind of thing. I think there is a townie family like in a house on this lot by default, but I think this like a hotel kind of thing or whatever type of community lot works really well here because it's so secluded and it just makes a lot of sense here. So yeah, I'm just really happy with how it came together. And also, The Sims 4 Love Struck is gonna come out soon. So I'm actually very excited. I was low-key, sort of, I guess, inspired by the Love Struck pack coming out because I think this would be a really fun lot as like a dating venue as well when you set it, especially when you set it as a lounge or bar. I think this would be really cool to go on dates and like just go on a little bit of a tropical date and go do some swimming in the ocean. And conveniently, there's gonna be some hotel rooms that you could maybe occupy, you know? So I think that for Love Struck, this would be really fun. And I don't know why, but like the color pink, when I think of the Love Struck pack, this color pink just comes to mind for some reason. And I think I was just low-key inspired by it. Also, it was because when they first teased, not even like a teaser for Love Struck, but when they first gave us the roadmap for these upcoming summer months, they did tease like an expansion pack. They said an expansion pack was going to come, and they had like this beautiful like art on the roadmap that had like buildings that looked like hotels, in my opinion. We now, like with the knowledge that we have now, we know it's like apartment buildings, but to me it looked like hotels. So when I first saw that roadmap, I was actually very excited, and I thought we were gonna get hotels. That was the first thing that came to mind for some reason. Of course, that didn't happen with this pack, but, well, sort of actually. There is a love hotel or motel, I think, that is a rabbit hole in the game, so, but it's not like an actual functional hotel, of course, unfortunately. But maybe that's their way of saying we're getting hotels at some point in the near future. That would actually be so fun. I really, really hope so. But for now we don't, and we're just gonna have to pretend with pretend hotels. And I am really happy with how this one came together. As you can see here, we're kind of getting started on figuring out what types of things I want to place where, and I was just getting started with the bar here. I really wanted an indoor-outdoor type of a bar, so that's what I created here. As you can see, I think this bar that I'm using is from Get Together, and I don't think I've ever used this bar before. It is really pretty though, and the dark brown and black kind of went with the color scheme that I have going on. Of course, we have a lot of pink going on, but I tried to combine that with darker wood tones, as you can tell, and also some black accents. We also have a couple of like white accents here and there, but I was mostly trying to combine like this pastel pink with darker tones. So that's what I was, that's the aesthetic that I was going for. So I placed a little indoor outdoor bar, and then I was trying to figure out what to place here, like on this kind of in between deck. It's a deck that's covered by like a roof, but also like it basically just connects the front and the back of the lot, and it connects the little bar on one side and like the lobby and restaurant that we're gonna have on the other side. So it's kind of all connected in that way, and I was really taking my time trying to figure out how to lay everything out and what stuff to kind of place where layout wise, but I think it turned out pretty good. I figured it out in the end. It definitely took me a while. That's why it took me so long to actually build this house. So yeah, I don't know, or it's not a house, like this lot. It took me a while to finish this lot because of all the figuring out and the trial and error that I had to go through. But I really like how it came together. And here behind the bar, there's also some, I guess, like indoor seating, some small tables and chairs. And I was really starting to embrace the pastel pop items. I'm also going to place a pastel pop rug here in this area, like a retro, very colorful kind of rug. And that was just perfect. I really liked that vibe and that pattern. It is a flamingo hotel, like the little sign that I created on the front of the lot, like on the facade, has a like life-size flamingo. It's huge. I had to size that one up by a lot to make it make sense in the sign. So we have a huge flamingo on the front of the build. So flamingos was just going to be the theme for this one. And as you can see, I'm using these base game loungers with the little flamingo pattern as well. So flamingos, lots of flamingos. And I was just kind of trying to combine that silly little aspect or pattern with different things that I felt fit the vibe. And I thought the patterns in the pastel pop kit it and just like the colors and stuff in general really worked nicely. And that was just kind of the aesthetic that sort of happened. Like I said, I didn't really have a set aesthetic in mind at all for this build other than like modern-ish and pink. So as I was decorating it, the aesthetic kind of started to form itself, and I just really like how that happened and kind of just like unfolded, I guess, over time as I was building this. I was really enjoying it. It was a lot of fun for me to kind of see how this was going to play out. It was a pretty overwhelming build, but yeah, I had a lot of fun with it, like I said. Also, speaking of Love Struck, are we excited or not? There was a lot of early access content over the past few days that I have watched, and I didn't get early access. I did get early access with For Rent, like the previous expansion pack, but I didn't get it for this one. So I haven't had my hands on Love Struck yet. So I've just been watching the early access videos like everyone else. And I don't know, I have seen some mixed reviews on it, and I completely understand it from what I've seen. I am excited to get my hands on the pack, of course, and just kind of look at it and build with it myself, and then give you a more, I guess, in-depth review of my experience of the pack. But so far from what I've seen, gameplay-wise, people are saying it doesn't feel like an expansion pack, and I understand that. I do. Like, there's a lot more in-depth romance gameplay. You can go on fun dates, stuff like that. There's a lot, romantic relationships are a lot more complicated with the romance preferences, I think it is, and the turn-ons and turn-offs and stuff like that, and like the attraction system, which is new and very interesting. But like gameplay-wise, I kind of agree with the people that are saying it doesn't really feel like an expansion pack, especially when you when you compare it to, say, a game pack that is like an occult, like werewolves or vampires, for example. That feels a lot more like it has a lot more to it. And that's a game pack. This is an expansion pack. What makes it an expansion pack, of course, is the new world. We're getting a lot of new lots to build on. The amount of build by items, though, I feel like that's not even a lot too compared to other expansion packs that we've gotten, say Cottage Living, for example. I haven't counted the items, like I don't know, but I feel like it's not a whole lot, and I like the build by items from what I've seen. I think it's really fun, but also it doesn't really feel very cohesive. Of course, the pack is going to be about dating and building dating venues. So we have a lot of different types of items to build dating venues that are different from each other. And then there's some like built by items sprinkled in for your everyday houses. There's some classic items like the heart bed and stuff that I'm very excited about. So yeah, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe if you just have base game and Love Struck, it's going to be difficult to build something very cohesive. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't have the pack myself just yet, so I can't tell you from my own experience. I will do that once I do have the pack, but from what I've seen from other people's reviews and overviews, that's just kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Doesn't mean that I'm not excited for the new pack. I am. I'm very excited for the new pack, actually. I'm always excited for new expansion packs. And I think it's just like the vibe overall that I really enjoy. It really brings back the nostalgia of the original Sims game and the Sims 2 even. And of course we have the heart bed and the lips-shaped couch that is just super nostalgic, and I don't know, I'm very excited about it. Of course, I'm also very excited about the new world. It looks really pretty. We're getting a decent amount of lots, which I'm very excited about. We're getting some penthouse lots, which is always fun. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to get my hands on it and start building with it, and telling you my thoughts based off of my own experience, of course. But yeah, so far that's just kind of what I've been feeling, what I've been thinking. Let me know, are you excited for the Love Struck pack? Do you have any thoughts on it so far from what you've seen, or maybe just like your opinion? I don't know, let me know. It's always interesting to hear what people have to say and what people think. But yeah, in the meantime, we're kind of watching this build come together. We had the little bar. I also created a tiny boba shop area on the deck, kind of like on the right side of the lot. Well, obviously at the end of the speed build, we'll do a tour of the build in real time, and then you can kind of get a better sense of the layout and where everything is placed. And then on this side here, at the moment, I'm trying to figure out how to place the buffet tables and a small restaurant in this tiny area. But before that, we were working on the, I guess that could be called the hotel lobby. It's just like an area that could be fun for parties, for weddings. It's where I have an extra bar placed. It's where we have the microphone and the piano. We have some extra tables and chairs, a hangout, like a lounge area. So I feel like that's the main area if you were to set this place as a lounge. And it kind of gives hotel lobby vibes as well. So that's kind of what I was going for, at least. I felt like that would make sense for this build. And then here in this tiny area, this is where we have the buffet tables and also the restaurant items. And it's also where we have the restaurant kitchen. And it kind of made sense to me that it was smaller because to me it really felt like the hotel's like breakfast area, if that makes any sense. You know how when you rent a hotel or when you book a hotel room and you have breakfast in the hotel, there's always like this little, usually it's not in the main restaurant of the hotel if there is one, it's usually like in a different section. So that's kind of what this felt like to me, like a smaller breakfast section for the guests staying at the hotel. So that's kind of what I was going for there, and then it could be functional for weddings with the buffet tables and stuff. And also here I wanted to create some full bathrooms downstairs here because maybe for when your Sims go swimming in the ocean or something like that, it would be nice to have them take a shower afterwards or whatever. And of course, we also have the spa on the roof, so it might be nice to have some showers down here as well. It's all the way down on the ground floor, but I guess that's okay. The upper floor is not super spacious, so I didn't have the space up there for extra bathrooms and showers. We do have hot tubs up there. Hot tubs, yoga, and massage tables as well. Is that what I put up there? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Hot tubs, yoga, and massage tables. Yeah, it's just like a tiny spa. I also put some lockers and things. I did have to do that later because I actually initially forgot about lockers. But then I saw, as I was kind of going through all the community lot types that I wanted to be able to use this as, I saw that the spa wasn't actually functional yet because I didn't have any lockers placed. So I had to go through and place some lockers to kind of finish that and make it all functional. And then for the bedrooms, I created this bedroom. This first one is going to be green. Each bedroom is going to have its own color scheme. So they're going to have the exact same furniture in it. I actually literally created this one room and then I copied it over 3 times. And then I I completely changed the color schemes for each bedroom. So this first one, as you may have already guessed, is going to be green. I was gonna do blue at first, but I wasn't really feeling it, and I just really wanted to do a green room. We are gonna have a blue one as well. I think it's gonna be the next one actually. But this first one is going to be the green bedroom. As you can see, the hotel rooms aren't super spacious. If anything, they're pretty small, but like how much space do you actually need in a hotel room? I feel like this is fine. Sometimes you'll have like little office nooks or like a little desk area in your bedroom or in your hotel room, but this one does not have that. We just have the bed, we have a small TV, there's a little love seat at the end of the bed where you can sit maybe and watch some TV if you wanted to. And I also ended up placing a mini fridge. I wasn't going to at first, but then I realized, you know what, it's so realistic. Bedrooms or hotel rooms, I keep calling it bedrooms, it's a hotel room. Hotel rooms usually do have mini fridges, so I thought that would be helpful. I do know that for gameplay purposes, it's going to be probably a little bit annoying, so you might want to go through and lock the doors for when you're using this or just visiting this lot as a bar or lounge or whatever, because Sims are going to go up here and they are going to get snacks from the fridge. That's just what they do. It's Sims. They like to get their snacks from the most inconvenient of places. So that's probably what they will be doing for these bedrooms as well. And then, of course, each hotel room has its own little bathroom. They're just very simple. I just created some counters, like a makeshift sink here with some counters and some extra storage space. We have a shower tub combo and a toilet, so it's nothing very luxurious. But I will say I love this tile combo that I'm using from the Riviera Retreat kit. That was actually, it fit the vibe so perfectly for this hotel, and it comes in a bunch of different colors that actually really match the color schemes that I was going for these bedrooms as well. So I was very excited about that. And the Sims 4 build mode is just so amazing for having this copy function. I can literally go and copy my rooms and then I don't have to do it all over again, and I can just go through and swap the color scheme. It's so incredibly convenient. I love it so much. I did have to swap some like windows because the window situation for the room in the corner that I actually furnished, the green one, is slightly different from the other ones because that room has a little window on the side by the console table. The other rooms do not have that because it's inside walls, if that makes sense. So no windows there. So I had to go through and kind of put in some extra artwork and make that make sense, but I actually ended up making it make sense and I really like it. The third one is going to be this peach orangey color. I think this one might be one of my favorites. I think it's really nice. I love that warm peach color that I'm using on the wall. I think it's a wallpaper from For Rent. I'm using that same wallpaper for the exterior, but in pink. And it just feels very cohesive that way. And I just love that painting above the bed as well. I think it's super pretty. And then here for the bathroom, this is actually a pink and slightly orange, like the tile kind of matches. It's not perfect. It has some pink sprinkled in, but it definitely also has that orangey, peachy tone. So that was perfect. And then this last bedroom I was struggling with the most because I was running out of color schemes. So I went for this darker pink. Unfortunately, I didn't have a matching bed or anything. So I went for this dark blue bed because it does have some pillows that are purple, but could kind of get away with it being the same color as the wallpaper or something very close to that. So that's what I was going for. So that last one is a bit of a mixed color scheme, but I really like that one as well. I think it's super pretty. It's a little bit more moody. It's darker. The other ones are more pastel. So it's definitely a little different, but I feel like it still fits the vibe and it's just really nice. And then up here we have the tiny spa. It is really small, but I definitely wanted to have some space here for yoga because in a place like this, you're gonna want to have your Sims do some yoga. I think that is just natural. So I placed some yoga mats here. We have one instructor's mat, of course, and then 5 other mats, like yoga mats for the Sims to take the class. We have a small gym equipment item. I thought that would be nice to just have that. It's not functional as a gym. It doesn't have nearly enough gym equipment to be functional as a gym. But I feel like you would want to use this as a spa anyway, rather than a gym. I feel like that would make more sense. And then I'm sprinkling in some extra boho vibes here with the plants. And I wanted to put some extra counters in the back here. I wasn't really sure what to fill up the space with, so I just went for counters. And then I remembered those fridges from Spa Day. I thought that would be nice. So Sims can just kind of grab some refreshments. I also placed the Spa Day mini fridge that has the face masks, so they can go ahead and grab one of those as well. And then up here, we don't have any bathrooms or tubs for mud baths or anything. I know the facial masks are nice to kind of combine with mud baths or bubble baths or whatever, but we do have jacuzzis, like hot tubs. So I feel like that still makes sense. You can kind of combine it that way as well. But yeah, I really like this. Your Sims can just grab some refreshments, and I placed some towels and things that I thought would make sense up here. I really like how this came out. I love the fact that this entire room is just windows. I placed windows all around. So just looking at the spot, like looking at the yoga area, I can just kind of feel the fresh breeze kind of going through the room. Like, oh, it's so magical. I want to go to a place like this so badly. Summer is not summering here in the Netherlands. It's finally starting to get a little warmer and nicer and more sunny now, but for the past months, it has not been very summer-ish here at all. So I'm definitely craving going to a place like this. I feel like that would just be so nice. We have a small little balcony out front there as well that I wasn't sure what to do with, but I just decided to go for some extra couches and that cool coffee table with the little fire pit or fireplace in it. I thought that would be a cute area to sit down with your date maybe. Like a little more private section. I thought that was nice. And then I forgot the hallway. I forgot to decorate the hallway here by the hotel rooms. So I just quickly went back and placed a few snack machines. Oh my goodness, what is the word for those machines? They're not called snack machines. I know that. Vending machines, that's the word. Oh my goodness. So I placed a couple of vending machines, and then I just placed some extra countertops here. I thought it would be nice to display some SPF because that is like sunscreen is very important. So I displayed some SPF SPF, some sunscreen here that the Sims could grab and kind of use when they're going to the beach. But then that is essentially going to be it. So let's jump into the game and I'll show you the hotel in real time. So here we have the hotel in the game. I just have it set as a residential right now. So it's not a community lot at the moment. Imagine this being your house. That's kind of wild. But yeah, here we just, we have a little bit of an overview here. So this is the main entrance. You just kind of wander straight into this like deck area with seating spaces, and the bar is right there. Over here we have some picnic tables and some extra loungers. You can't have enough spots for sunbathing here, I feel, so I had to place some extra ones. And then up here is the little boba tea area. It's not functional as a boba shop because that goes hand in hand with a thrift store, and that was not what this lot was going to be. So, but you can just hire a vendor here. It costs a little bit of money, but I guess maybe you could just cheat that, and then that would be a really cute addition. So let's check out the outside area first. We have some lounge areas here, some couches, a little table in the middle, and then over here, of course, we have the bar. I really like this indoor-outdoor vibe for the bar. I don't know why, but I just feel like it's so cozy. And then, of course, there's some seating inside here as well. So this is very pink. I love this space. This rug is perfect for this lot. I just love it so much. So I repeated it outside in a different colorway for the boba area as well. Also because it just kind of opens up to the boba shop, so it feels like one cohesive space this way. When you take this little staircase off of the boba area, this is where I placed the tiniest wedding moment. So we have a small wedding arch here that I think is really pretty, and a couple of chairs for some guests. I also placed the invisible aisle here, so that's functional. But imagine your screenshots though. That is really nice. That is just gonna be so pretty. Over here is some extra seating, and then we have some more loungers here in the sun. I also put some ladders. I did forget that initially, so I have to go and place those later. But we have some ladders so your Sims can enter the ocean from here. Enter the ocean? Is that a thing you can say? I don't know. And then over here is a very romantic little hangout spot as well. Then over on this side, there is a stranger in my house. What are you doing here? I'm not sure why you're here. There is an extra bar here. I actually placed two of them because this bar is very small, but I really liked the color and the vibe, so I just placed two of them. And then this is more of like a hotel lobby moment, so I placed a coffee machine and a microwave. I don't know, I just felt like that would make sense somehow. This is where we have a piano and a microphone, and there is an invisible dance floor over here. I also have some of these like speakers placed throughout, so there is actual music playing if you want to. Not sure why there's plates on the floor. I think that's that must be because of the play testing as a restaurant that I did earlier. So we have some dirty plates around the place, but I guess that's fine. Over here are some bathrooms. So just a little main entrance and then two identical but just mirrored bathrooms. I placed some wall showers in here, like I said, because I thought it would be nice for Sims to be able to take a shower after the spa or after a dip in the ocean. And then over here is the tiny breakfast restaurant area. And we have some buffet tables for weddings potentially, so you could do that as well. I love this divider, by the way. How pretty is that? I don't think I've ever used that before, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I have this host station placed right here. I had it placed against the wall here, but as I kind of suspected, that wasn't gonna work, so I just kind of placed it here, and now that is functional. And then we have a waiter station and some extra tables, and of course, we have a small kitchen in here as well, which is nothing fancy, but it does work. Going upstairs, we have the hallway, and this leads you into the hotel rooms. I love how these hotel rooms look with their different color schemes. So I'm just gonna show you this first hotel room. This is the green one. I know I said the peach one was my favorite, but maybe it's the green one. Green will just always be my favorite color, and I just love this vibe. Also, this painting is just perfect. It's just so magical. So yeah, we have the green room here. There's an extra window in this one, and they have a small TV. There is a mini fridge, of course, some storage as well, and then they have their own bathroom because it is a hotel room after all. And then of course they all have their own little balcony, which is so lovely. And then the rest of these hotel rooms rooms are essentially the same. I am not sure what is happening to these robes, but I keep changing the colors on them and then they keep changing back. I don't know why. It's not a problem for these rooms, but it's a problem for these. I'm not sure why, but I guess it's gonna be a surprise what color robes you're gonna get when you download this build off the gallery. So over here we have this small hallway, which is nothing fancy. I just placed some vending machines here. There is 4 of them, which is a little bit much maybe, but I don't know. It was a nice way to fill the space. And then we also have a trash chute as well. And then over here on the top floor is where we have the tiny spa. So as you can see here by the staircase, I ended up placing some lockers because I had to in order to make it functional. Out here we have a very romantic little area to just hang out with a little fireplace and the coffee table. I think that's going to be so pretty. Then over here, of course, a yoga studio. I also placed some meditation cushions. You can work out in the corner while you watch the yoga class. It's very awkward, but it looks good there. And then here we have some refreshments and some face masks. And out here you can get a massage or hang out in the hot tub with a view over the ocean. I feel like it's so dreamy. But yeah, that is basically it for this build. So this beach hotel and spa is up on the gallery. I put it on the gallery as a spa because I feel like out of all the lot types, maybe that's how you wanted to use it. But it is also functional as a bar, restaurant, lounge, and a wedding venue, but I forgot to put that in the description, but just know that that works too. And then of course we have the 4 hotel rooms as well. And I built it on a 40 by 30 in the world of Sulani. So if you want to place it in your game, then that is where it goes. But that's gonna do it for today's video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download this build off the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you'd like to get notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/Simmary Sims. And just a quick reminder that I do have my EA creator code available, which is Simmary Sims. You can use that code to support me and my content when you purchase any of the Sims 4 DLC on the EA app or website. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!